Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Induction Ceremony 2014 of the Beta Gamma Sigma, the University of Hong Kong chapter. I'm Evelyn Lam, Year 2 BBA Law student from the Faculty of Business and Economics. The BGS membership represents academic excellence. Only students with high GPA and be at the top 10% in their respective programs are eligible for the exclusive membership. Today, we're extremely honored to have invited two distinguished business leaders to be our chapter honorees. They are Ms. Vivian Lau, Chief Executive Officer of Junior Achievement Hong Kong, and Mr. Weber Low, City Country Officer and Chief Executive Officer for City Hong Kong and Macau. Before we start reading the ritual, may I now invite Professor Eric Chang, President of Beta Gamma Sigma HKU chapter and Dean of the Faculty of Business and Economics, to give the welcome remarks. Professor Chang, please.
Ms. Lau, Mr. Low, colleagues, students, good afternoon. A warm welcome to everyone at this momentous event as we gather together to induct the third batch into the Beta Gamma Sigma Hong Kong U chapters. Our faculty was conferred accreditation of our accounting and business degree program by the AACSB in April 2010. For your information, AACSB represents Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. This accreditation represents an achievement of excellence in business education. Only about 5% of the world's business schools have obtained this exclusive status. The faculty's attainment of this accreditation shows that we have met the high standards of AACSB, and we have been committed to continuous improvement to ensure our programs are of high quality and meet the needs of students and the ever-changing business world. The Beta Gamma Sigma Society is an international selective honor society only for business programs accredited by AACSB. Only top-performing students from our faculty are invited to join the chapter. At Hong Kong University and the Beta Gamma Sigma both have roughly 100 years history. A century of excellence is a very important milestone which signifies our commitment to nurturing future business leaders. The BGS Beta Gamma Sigma HKU chapter has a wide membership base, embracing undergraduate and postgraduate students and alumni of all of our programs. This is a lifetime membership and is a good networking platform for all members. My warmest congratulations to all the students here today. This chapter will open you up to a highly sophisticated network on top of your academic excellence is going to help you to develop your future career. I was inducted into the chapter when I was a student in the United States, by the way. Okay. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our chapter honoree of the year 2014, Ms. Vivian Lau and Mr. Weber Low. Vivian Weber, thank you for accepting our invitation to be the chapter honorees. And thank you for coming to this induction ceremony despite your very busy schedule. So we are very grateful for your tremendous support. This year, we will also induct Professor Professor Patrick Chow into the BGS HKU chapters. Professor Chow is the director of the School of Business and the Padma and Harry Lala Professor in Strategic Information Management. He exemplifies academic excellence and scholastic characters. So together with our chapter honorees, I trust that they will lead our students towards a successful future. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Chang. Please remain on stage. Our chapter advisor, Dr. Derek Mann, is not feeling well and has lost his voice. Ms. Helen Wong, would you please represent Dr. Mann to present the candidates to chapter president? Ms. Wong is our chapter administrator and the faculty's assistant director of communications. Ms. Helen Wong, may I invite you to the stage to present the candidates to chapter president? Reading the BGS ritual is an essential component of the ceremony to induct new members. 3 student representatives are selected to take part in ritual reading. They are Cherish Yu, Candace Lee, and Kevin Zheng. Fellow students, please stand up for the induction. Professor Chang, please lead the ritual.
Members of the University of Hong Kong chapter of Beta Gamma Sigma, we will now proceed with the induction of new members. Chapter Administrator, Ms. Helen Wong, will you please present the candidates?
Professor Eric Chang, 91 students and graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics of the University of Hong Kong have accepted the membership invitation of Beta Gamma Sigma. I am pleased to present them for membership.
You have been honored by an invitation to membership in Beta Gamma Sigma because of what you have achieved in scholarship and service. We are delighted to have you join us. Beta Gamma Sigma is a scholastic honor society established to encourage and honor academic achievement in the study of business, to foster personal and professional excellence, to advance the value of the society, and to serve its lifelong members. The principles of Beta Gamma Sigma are represented by 3 concepts reflected in the name of our society.
Beta is the initial letter of the Greek word BGS, which signifies honor. Honor is personal integrity and excellence of character. It is a prerequisite for those who lead others. It also encourages altruism and enlightened social responsibility and service.
Gamma is the initial letter of the Greek word gnosis, which signifies wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge tested by experience and tempered by discerning judgment. It avoids prejudice and insists on freedom of thought and expression. Those who are wise seek a better comprehension and a more fruitful application of what is known. They engage in a quest for understanding.
Sigma is the initial letter of the Greek word spude, which signifies earnestness. Earnestness is enthusiasm measured by achievement, reason, and sincerity. It is the dynamic quality which is essential for all great achievements. Persons who reflect earnestness inspire confidence, invite action, and generate progress.
To each of you, much has been given. Of each of you, accordingly, much is expected. I ask each of you to accept honor, wisdom, and earnestness as principle to guide and stimulate your personal conduct every day of your life. You have heard the principle which members of Beta Gamma Sigma endorse and strive to uphold: honor, wisdom, and earnestness. Will you accept these principles as your own? If so, say, I will.
I will.
In recognition of your accomplishments and your commitment to the principles, we present you the key of Beta Gamma Sigma. This key is a symbol of the ideas of honor, wisdom, and earnestness which you have accepted. Welcome to lifetime membership in Beta Gamma Sigma.
Congratulations, all inductees. Please be seated.
Thank you very much. Professor Chang and Ms. Wong, please remain on stage. Our student representatives, please be seated. This year, one faculty member will be inducted to become a member of BGS HKU chapter. Professor Chang, may I invite you to the center of the stage to present the member certificate. Ms. Wong, please represent the faculty member to Professor Chang.
Professor Patrick Chow, Director of School of Business, Padma and Holly Halilila Professor in Strategic Information Management.
Dr. Derek Mann, please join the photo. Thank you, Professor Chang and Professor Chow. May Professor Chang please remain on stage. Professor Chow and Dr. Mann, please be seated. I would like to invite Professor Chang to introduce the chapter honorees. Professor Chang, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, just now we have inducted 91 students into the BGS HKU chapters. Not all of them can make it to the ceremony today, but we are proud of them regardless. Members of the BGS HKU chapters are top performing students who have achieved academic excellence. At the same time, they possess exceptional strengths in extracurricular commitment. In February this year, 2 BGS HKU chapter student members were chosen through a competitive selection process to represent HKU to join the BGS Student Leadership Forum in the US. They are Angel and Brian. Congratulations. From the selection process, we were glad to know that our students were not simply academic high scores. Their non-academic performance is actually as bright as what they have attained in examinations. They care about the society, they are enthusiastic about the global community, and they are well aware of the importance of the world's sustainable development. In addition to providing first-class business education to enlighten future leaders, we exert our utmost effort in nurturing students to develop a high standard of integrity and professionalism, and thus to become responsible all-rounders who bring positive influence to the society. The faculty has specially invited 2 successful leaders to be the chapter honoree of this year. Early on, we already heard we are very honored to have Mr. Weber Low and Ms. Vivian Lau with us today. In a short while, they will share with us their insights, and I know you are eager to listen to their advice. Let me give both of them some short introduction. Ms. Vivian Lau is the CEO of Junior Achievement Hong Kong and the director of Pacific Air Limited. In addition to her role in Junior Achievement, Ms. Lau was also the Chief Operating Officer of Hong Kong Petrochemical Company Limited from 2003 to 2005, and the CEO of this company from 2005 to 2011. Ms. Lau founded Great Interactive Hong Kong and China in 1998, where she delivered numerous award-winning business solutions to the clients. She was elected one of the 12 Internet Superstar of the Year in 1999 and was the only one in Hong Kong to be elected to this global award. With over 20 years of international experience in industries spanning leadership development, petrochemical, IT, airline, advertising, on online and the telecommunication industry, Ms. Lau has a successful track record in starting, growing, managing, restructuring corporations and NGO. She is also actively involved in public services in Hong Kong. In 2009, Ms. Lau was selected as the Professional of the Year by the Women of Influence Award of American Chamber of Commerce. Let me now turn our attention from the lady to the gentleman. On this happy occasion, the honor is all ours to have also invited Mr. Weber Low to be our chapter honoree. Mr. Low is an influential banker with extensive experience in both private and the consumer banking sectors. He joined the city in the year 2000 as head of City Gold and has been rocking up in the bank through various posts, including head of bank card marketing, country marketing director, director of retail banking, chief operating officer. Mr. Low is now the city country officer and the chief executive officer for Citibank, Hong Kong and Macau, responsible for all business in these two cities. Mr. Low was named Promising Young Banker of the Year for Hong Kong by the Asian Banker in 2008. And just last year, he was named CEO of the Year for Banking. Serving on various committees and advisory boards of the government and the governmental authorities, Mr. Low is also a very dedicated supporter of public affairs. I know Weber for many years. He is a decent gentleman who always goes with the ladies first, the social code of practice. So as such, may I now invite our chapter honoree, Ms. Vivian Lau, to accept the honorary certificate and to say a few words to our students.
Thank you, Professor Chang. Ms. Lau, may we have your insightful speech, please?
The Beta Gamma Sigma Society would like to foster in members, that is you, an enduring commitment to honor and integrity, pursuit of wisdom and honestness. Now, I'm not going to talk about pursuit of wisdom and honestness because you have been inducted, which means by any definition, you will have already got your wisdom and your earnestness. I'm actually going to zoom in on integrity. Now, what does it mean to have integrity? To have integrity means that you will be complete, you will be whole, you will be integrated, uncorrupted, and of sound mind. Integrity is something that matters in all facets of your life. It's more than just simple honesty. Integrity means always doing what is right and what is good, regardless of the immediate consequences. It means being righteous from the very depth of our soul, not only in our actions, but also in our thoughts and in our hearts. Is that a tall order? I see some of you smiling. In the ancient Roman tradition, the army would conduct morning inspections. And as the inspecting centurion come in front of each man, the soldier will strike the armor that cover his heart with his right fist and shout, "Integritas," meaning for material completeness, wholeness,
and entirety. Integritas, meaning I am complete, I am ready for battle. The armor over the heart has got to be the strongest because it has to protect your heart from being attacked by swords and arrows. Now, over time, as the soldiers receive finer equipment, and with the passing of time, they would no longer have to shout integritas. Instead, they would shout integer. Integer meaning complete, entire, and also the heart is in the right place. It not only indicated that the soldier and the armor was sound, but the soldier was also of sound character. He was not associated with any immoral conduct. You may ask, does integrity have anything to do with the 21st century? We were talking about Roman Latin times anyway, right? It matters because in the words of Paul Gardner, life is an art of drawing with no eraser. You only get to draw it once. It matters because integrity, and integrity only, is the key to enduring success. It matters because only the most outstanding of leader, which is you all. With integrity, we'll have the unique and extraordinary ability to really pull everything together no matter how trying the circumstances. Now, the good news is integrity is not something that you either have or you don't. Integrity is actually a very amazing development journey. It's also a personal choice. So please don't leave your heart and soul exposed. Don't leave it open for attack. No one can take away your integrity. Only you and you only can give it away. Integritas. Integritas. You are complete, you are whole, and you are ready for enduring success in your life. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Lam. Professor Chang, may I invite you back to the stage?
Yeah. Thank you. Really inspiring. Now, I'm going to invite our chapter honoree, Mr. Weber Low, to accept the honorary certificate and then again share with our students your inspiring thoughts.
Thank you, Professor Chang. Mr. Low, please share your inspiring thoughts with our BGS members.
Good evening, Professor Chen, Professor Chow, and also Vivian, ladies and gentlemen, and of course the student from the University of Hong Kong. And it's very hard for me to follow Vivian. She's doing so well, and I think about it, I need to do something like this, right? But, but I'm extremely honored to be invited by the Faculty of the Business and Economics of Hong Kong U to be one of the honoree of the Beta Gamma Sigma Hong Kong U chapter this year. Especially when I'm a fellow Hong Kong U graduate. I'm very proud to come back all the time. And next week I will come back again for another program. Seems like, I work for Hong Kong U more than Citibank. Times actually flies. It has been almost 2 decades since more than 2 decades since I complete my undergraduate program here. And the world has changed quite a bit since. And it's become more complex and become more connected. but it's also gotten smaller and flatter. And I'm sure you know what I mean. I'm sure a lot of you, when you wake up every morning, the first 15 minutes, I'm sure the first thing you will do is to check your iPhone or smartphone on what's going on there. What WhatsApp you got, what message you got, every day what happens, about what news. I was sure 20 or 25 years ago, when we wake up, we don't know what to do, maybe only go to the toilet and fresh yourself up, right? The world has changed. And you got so much information each day, and maybe a lot of message, even a lot of your friend now perform like a journalist and pass on some message. And they will tell you that they find the Malaysian airline plane in Australia, or they may already report some news to you, which even the news may not come to you and then basically knock you and then tell you what exactly today news, actually what happened in the world. Today, we clearly see the world moving towards 3 mega trends, which I talk about 3 times: globalization, urbanization, and digitization. So these 3 mega trends will ultimately change the business and will change the world and will change the way how we operate the business in many sectors. I have to say that banking and even education and all sorts of sectors will be affected by these 3 mega trends. First, globalization. I think growth is shifting from a fast-growing economies in the developed world to the emerging markets, including China. Asian companies now account for 181 companies in the Fortune 500. And this region now accounts for over 40% of the global trade, which is more than double of the past decade. Boston Consulting Group most recently surveyed of the top 100 global challenges from the emerging markets and shows that 50 of the company to watch with the revenue over $1 billion were from India and China. Of course, secondly, urbanization. About 30% of the world's GDP is already concentrated in 150 cities, of which Asia accounts for almost 1/3 of that. And you will see several 100 million Chinese moving into cities in the coming decades. Perhaps the most prevailing trend of all is the digitization. It has already transformed and made redundant many traditional business models, affecting everything from how we take pictures, buy music, read news, compare price, shop and pay for the service. I think this is completely changing banking as we know it. Today, mobile technology has penetrated into every facet of our life. And recently, I have to do some advertising here. Recently, we worked together with 3 Hong Kong and launched a City Mobile Wallet, which I have to truly say goodbye to carrying the physical purse these days, right? Hong Kong, I think, as a international financial center, and as the Chief Executive C.Y. Leung has so often said, we act as a super connector, linking China and the rest of the world, and presenting a sea of opportunity of us. Our financial and service industry are the twin engine for the economic growth, and for what we need to continue to develop in order to support a more healthy Hong Kong economy. As a university students, you are the future of the Hong Kong society. The success of this city will depend on all of you. I bring my head of corporate affairs in. I actually have a temptation to bring my head of human resources in also, because you are my target in the future. The role ahead of you will be full of challenges, but one of the elements that will make you stand out is to be prepared for the future opportunities. One thing that is so commonly heard in today's society, especially in the young generation, is that there's a lack of opportunities in Hong Kong. My view and my strong view is that opportunities have been and will always be around. But I would say that opportunities are only reserved for people who are well prepared. History has proven to us that the harder you work, the more opportunities will come your way and more lucky you are. Opportunities favor the prepared mind. As a good corporate citizen, Citi see it as a duty to nurture for the next generation of leaders. My team will work closely with the chapter to develop a series of activities for all of you in order for you to understand more of achieving business success in a sustainable way. And it is also our opportunities to equip our young people with knowledge, practical skill to sustain Hong Kong's leading position in the financial world. And I truly believe that all of you will be able to tackle whatever challenge lies ahead. Last but not the least, I would like to thank Hong Kong U and all of you again. I believe every single one of you will play a very important role in the future. And of course, if you have a chance to work in banking industry, consider Citibank. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Low. Please remain on stage. Before we proceed with group photo with BGS student members, may I invite Ms. Lau and Professor Chang to have a group photo on stage with Mr. Low. Okay. Thank you very much. This comes to the end of today's BGS HKU Chapter Induction Ceremony 2014.